The questions they ask are basic. As we have noted before, they ask whether the individual who has been exposed has a safe place within their own household in which to self-isolate and access to a private bathroom to prevent spreading the virus to other family members. They ask whether the person who has been exposed has any special needs, especially regarding their access to food for the 14-day self-quarantine. They ask if the individual has been exposed is showing any symptoms of COVID-19, and they ask whether the individual may have gone somewhere where others could have been exposed. That's it. Having contact tracers at the ready is only one half of this equation. The other half is you folks, so please take the call. Please cooperate, and please remember, while we do not ever condone illegal behavior, for instance, underage drinking, we don't condone that. This is not about stuff like that. This is about public health. It's not a witch hunt. You're not going to get asked about your kid's basement party. You're not going to get asked about your bank number, your Social Security number. If you do, hang up. This is about public health. It's about we're all in this together. We need you folks to cooperate. It's gotten a little bit better. First of all, we have more tracers, so we have more at-bats, per my earlier analogy. But secondly, we need the batting average to go up. It's gone up, but it hasn't gone up enough. If we could get that up even to 1 out of 3, or 1 out of 2, even better yet, where there's not just a connection, you take the call, but there's a real exchange of information, that would be a huge step in the right direction. Because as you're about to see from our numbers, while we're generally still among the very best states in America, we are not out of the woods. So the contact tracing, the community contact tracing core is not existing in isolation. It's not an abstract exercise. It is to get to the nub of any outbreak and to prevent some of the big numbers, certainly we've seen in the past, but we're going to show you some fairly significant numbers today. Please, folks, take the call and cooperate. With that, let's turn to the overnight numbers. Reporting an additional, Judy, second day in a row, over 500. I know yesterday's was revised a little bit. 518 new positive cases. Cumulative total of 195,888. The daily positivity for all tests recording, which is on Labor Day, which is on Monday, was 2.6%. Good news is that had peaked up a little higher than that yesterday, started to come down, which is good. I know Judy's going to give some greater insight into the age groups especially, where we're seeing the greatest positivity. Rate of transmission statewide has come down yet another hair. That's 2 days in a row, a hair. Still over 1, but down a hair, 1.08. In our hospitals last night, 240 COVID positive confirmed, another 242 persons under investigation, awaiting test results, a total of 482. 81 in intensive care, 36 using ventilators. Today, we're also reporting an additional 9, sadly, with a heavy heart loss of lives. And these have been confirmed to be from COVID-19 related complications. That brings our statewide total to 14,234, unfathomable number of lost precious souls. Of the 9, Judy, I'm showing that 4 of them were from the past 5 days and the rest were from before then. The number of probable deaths has been adjusted, revised upward by 6 since Wednesday, or on Wednesday, I should say, 1,789. Again, at the risk of comparing apples and oranges, just to give you a spot sense, our hospitals reported that there were 8 deaths over the previous 24 hours. Again, they're not yet lab confirmed, not yet in those numbers that you see. As we do every day, let's take a couple of minutes to remember 3 members of our extraordinary family who we have lost. We start out today by remembering Milltown's Thomas Raslowski. He was born in Jersey City and was a resident of both the Ford section of Woodbridge and North Brunswick before settling in Milltown 39 years ago. Tom had only recently retired following a career in the home and commercial alarm security industry and had just begun to enjoy his retirement in full, fishing, riding his motorcycle and e-bike, playing with his granddaughter, and, quote, just hanging out with his family when he was taken by COVID-19. Tom was only 68 years old. He leaves behind his beloved wife, Helene, in the lower left there. I had the honor of speaking with her, I think, on Tuesday. She's a retired teacher, bless you, Helene. She was also COVID positive, and so she seems fine now, but keep her in your prayers. He's also survived by his son Joshua, daughter Jamie, son-in-law Nico, and granddaughter Alexia, as well as his brothers Scott, James, and Michael, sister Marilyn, and his mother-in-law Phyllis. May God bless and watch over him and his family. Next, we recall Jim Judd on the left of Wyckoff, a Midwest transplant to our New Jersey family. He was born in Illinois and raised and earned degrees, born and raised in Illinois, I should say, and earned degrees in aeronautical engineering and law. He moved to New Jersey when he took a job as executive vice president at the New York Currency Exchange Corporation, commonly known as NICE. And he went on also to work as a senior vice president at the fintech consultancy Metavante. In 2012, Jim became the co-owner of his business, adding his business experience to the award-winning Franklin Lakes-based boutique construction firm Cantor Build. He was successful in business, but his family was his true pride and joy. He leaves behind his wife, Ellen Benson, with whom I had the great honor of speaking. That's her in front of Jim, to whom he was married for 30 years. He also leaves behind his two guys pictured there, his sons Sam and Ben, as well as his mother Merrill, sister Carrie, and 10 nephews and 1 niece. Jim was only 62 years old. May his memory be a blessing to all who remember him. God bless you, pal. And finally, today we celebrate the life of William Rada. Bill lived in Bethlehem Township in Hunterdon County. He was born in New York City and attended high school at the celebrated Bronx High School of Science, where he gained a lifetime love of learning. That's him on the far right there. His intellectual curiosity would lead him to studying and translating original texts of Plato, among other philosophers, at St. John's College in Annapolis, Maryland, the so-called Great Books College, a really unique and extraordinary institution. And after that, he earned his law degree from Brooklyn Law School. For the next 40 years, he was a practicing attorney in both New York and in New Jersey. At home, Bill was a great music lover with an eclectic and extensive vinyl collection. Those records, Pat and I might be the only two people, actually Judy, you'll know vinyl. Few of us may know vinyl here. Sue, this is before your time. An extensive vinyl collection, I'm kidding you. Those records being the stand-in for the times he couldn't head to Lincoln Center, but he was always at his happiest, surrounded by family and friends. He is survived by his wife, Honore Quinn, and I had the great honor of speaking with Honore and their children, Aisling, Honore, Fiona, and Cormac. So not only is Honore's name an Irish name, but the names of each of their children are Irish, and Honore walked me through the meaning of each. And his family, I think she would say, and I know he would have said, was his greatest accomplishment. In every sense, Bill was a scholar and a gentleman, and God bless him and watch over him and his family. And may God continue to bless and watch over the families of everyone we have lost, like Tom, Jim, and Bill, and may he continue to give hope to the families like Chris Stanix, whose loved ones are working to pull through and defeat this virus. Finally, let's end the day as we have been doing of late by recognizing another of the small business leaders the New Jersey Economic Development Authority has partnered with to prepare our economy for our continuing restart and recovery. I had the great honor of catching up with Pete Sandom, one of the partners in Sonic LLC, which operates 4 Sports Clips haircuts locations in Somerset and Union counties and employs roughly 30 people. Obviously, the onset of the pandemic and the shutdown of personal care services hit Sports Clips hard, putting the future of the franchises and the jobs it supports in doubt. Working with the EDA, Pete, that's Pete on the left, by the way, and his team were able to secure more than $20,000 in grants to help protect their locations by paying the rent and the utility bills. And as Sports Clips clients continue returning, the grants are also helping to keep their employees secure in their jobs. So to Pete and the Sports Clips teams, and by the way, you find them on sportclips.com/NJ101. That's how you get to his particular franchise. sportclips.com/NJ101. We're honored to be your partner, Pete. We wish you nothing but the best for the future ahead. As we close, let's recall again the importance of this day. This is a day of remembrance. This is a day when we celebrate the values that have carried our nation forward for nearly 250 years. Our New Jersey values remain as strong as ever. They are a reminder that we are all in this together, pulling together, working